I feel pretty connected with the Armenian culture, having grown up in Glendale my whole life, which is a suburb of Los Angeles that's pretty densely populated with Armenians. I've had them pretty much everywhere I've been, like whether it's at school, at the gym, in church, and I've found myself to feel closest and most attached with them growing up. That's why my circle of friends is all mostly Armenians.
I love Glendale. I've moved several times to different places, San Diego, for business reasons, but I always wanted to come back to Glendale. Like I felt like I'm home. When I drive in Glendale, I feel like home.
I would say that given anywhere outside of Armenia, it's easier because there's such a large population of Armenians here, and there's so many establishments like the Armenian Youth Federation, the Armenian Student Associations, the Armenian churches here, and all of the events that they hold, and all the Armenian private schools as well. So I say that it's you're able to keep your culture pretty well in LA, given all of these Armenian foundations and organizations and communities.
I've always been active in my house. We always speak, Armenian and so on and so forth. But I can see how it could be difficult for those who don't have the privilege of going to an Armenian school and sometimes just don't have the time to be involved in all the Armenian organizations.
A lot of Armenians have settled themselves in this area of the Los Angeles. I myself am not from here exactly. I'm from the other side of the valley in Calabasas. I grew up, not in a very Armenian area, not in a very Armenian neighborhood. I went to English school, I went to Catholic high school, but the AYF gives that sense of urgency to stay Armenian. One of the founding thoughts with the AYF is to keep the youth educated through Armenian language, through communal activities, to keep that Armenianness within us, because without a homeland, with the diaspora, we're very afraid that's going to fade away.
We see each other so very often that we're literally like brothers and sisters and just best friends. Almost all of my best friends all my friends are from Armenian organizations. I've grown up with them in the schools and AYF and Home and Men and so on and so forth. But I think it just really brings us together because we know of our past, we know of our struggles, and we know that we all kind of want the ultimate goal of just the recognition, restitution, and reparations of our history, of our lands, of our people. We just want our people to be happy, and kind of just the ultimate goal really brings us all together.
The most recent developments in the Armenian community, Armenian diaspora, is basically this House Resolution 252, calling on the Congress of the United States to officially recognize the Armenian genocide. We've embarked on a campaign called Teach-a-thon 252 as an AYF, a Western region campaign. And what we're doing, we're just educating our population throughout the West Coast. We have 14 chapters stemming from our stronghold in Southern California, all the way to our distant chapters in Texas and in Arizona and in Las Vegas. And we're just educating the community, let them know, keep them updated on what's going on with the resolution. Probably has to be the Armenian genocide. I know it's deeper than that, and it probably is broader than that, but everything else is up for debate almost. I mean, some people believe we deserve to have our lands back, some don't. Some people believe we should sign the protocol, some don't. But you won't find the Armenian out there that say that the Armenian genocide didn't happen.
Obviously, the genocide is something that has been a very unfortunate event in our culture, but when I think of Armenians, I think about our culture, and the genocide is just an unfortunate event that happened that needs to be recognized so that we can be able to go on and celebrate our culture and respect our history and our past.
So of course it's a thorn in our side if it keeps getting denied, and I wouldn't say it defines our population, but it really had a large effect on us. A third, or somewhere between a third and 2/3 of our whole population was not only eradicated, but we were kicked out of our homelands. If you think of Armenia today, it's a fraction of what it used to be.
I think these organizations and our schools, our schools are so important. They just keep, driving home the point that we can't forget our language, we can't forget where we came from, we can't forget our history. And as long as those structures are there to reinforce that, then I think, we'll flourish as a community.
Although we are a diaspora, we do have a home on the other side of the world, and we just have to remember that and help it as much as we can. And it's there that when people think of Armenia, they think of that nation, so it reflects on us, even though we're first, second, third generation American Armenians, that we still have to remember that.
From my experience all these years, I saw so many American Armenians in 1981 and 1982 that don't even speak Armenian, but they were like eager to meet Armenians, to be like, they were proud to be Armenians. So I feel it's the same gonna happen in the future.
I think we're doing a very good job, but there's always room for improvement. We have a lot of families where English is spoken and the Armenian language is in the background. The culture is not as encouraged as it should be, so we can do more.
They say that, the Armenian lobby is very powerful and so on and so forth. That's a myth. The Armenian lobby is not powerful. I wrote a book on lobbies in Washington some years ago. And the Armenian lobby is much weaker than the Turkish lobby. And one can understand that's a huge country, very powerful country, but again, we can do much better.
When you go to a family gathering, there's so much food on the table, and people are always welcome, and the more the merrier. And I think that's a very strong thing that identifies Armenians, being able to share and celebrate, and our dancing, our history. It's just amazing.
We always look for each other. We feel more comfortable when we see Armenians around us. And, that's part of our heritage.
We're very proud as a nation for being the first nation as a whole group to accept Christianity. We have a beautiful language. We're very talented people, and that makes us very proud.
What's your favorite part about being here?
The dolma.
The what?
The dolma.
The dolma? Is that your favorite food?
Yeah.
Do you know how to make it?
No. I'll try to remember how.